Upon arriving at the entrance of the Yinling clan's location on Mountain Tongting, Chen is ambushed by a group of fighters. However, utilizing his impeccable Tingxuan Shenqua technique, Chen whoops them into oblivion. Doesn't get more G than Chen. Chen reflects on his past life and his regret of being unable to save his loved ones, but he is determined to protect them now that he has a second chance. Second time's the charm, right? Xiao Qian and Songzi are taken aback by Chen's sudden burst of anger as he leads them towards the location of the mysterious master. Upon encountering the Yin clan's master, he threatens to use a secret method to kill them and take over the entire Lin Ying clan, claiming that he will become even stronger than the real master. Sarcastically, Chen questions if the master plans to defeat the former by using all the dark energy in the room. Well, good luck with that. I'm sure Chen's shaking in his boots, duh. The master is stunned that Chen can detect the dark energy and asks for his identity. Just a sword-wielding, double-seed fighting, resilient soldier-exposing hero. No biggie. The latter ignores the question, and instead asks the master if he is responsible for planting the devil's seed inside Qiu Qian's body, but he denies any knowledge of it. In a fit of anger, Chen uses his sword to cut the master's arm, but it quickly regrows. Some freaky stuff? Man. Shocked, Chen realizes that the master's body is capable of instant regeneration, but finds it hard to believe. The master offers Chen a chance to surrender and share his secret to live, but the latter refuses and continues to attack. However, the master defends himself with dark energy, leaving Chen flustered as he watches his Jiangxian sword's attacks being blocked. Maybe try a different sword. As the sword hits the wall, it collapses, revealing the corpses of soldiers behind it. The master explains that these soldiers were extremely resilient, which is why they exude so much energy even after death. Qian recalls how a group of more than 10,000 soldiers went missing years ago, and the people believe they died patriotically. Chen explains to her that their souls are stuck here, which is why the dark energy is so strong. Du's been doing some extremely dark magic stuff. The master admits that Chen is a formidable opponent, but he believes that his energy is unmatched. However, the latter confidently tells the former that he is nothing but trash to him. The master reveals that he wishes more people had died as the resilient soldiers are not enough to make him the strongest. Damn, that's messed up. Chen launches his Sanmei Zen Hua attack with precision and ferocity, causing a spark that ignites a fire. That's lit, bro. The master, confident in his impenetrable body, laughs and taunts Chen Mo, believing that he can never defeat him with such a simple trick. Oh, you mean the fire that's spreading all over your body? That simple trick. However, his arrogance quickly fades as the fire spreads, damaging his body and leaving him wondering why he can't put it out. The evil clown begs for Chen's forgiveness, but the stern warrior reminds him of the atrocities he committed against innocent bodies and refuses to grant him mercy. Ain't no sorry gonna cut it. As the fake master burns to the ground, an ethereal herb materializes in his place. At least the clown's ashes are useful. Chen recognizes it as a powerful ingredient used in the creation of exquisite pills and weapons that can help him attain the wuxing form of chaos. However, his attention is diverted as the real master of Yinling clan appears behind him, demanding that he leave his property if he wants to live. I have just lost the count of villains at this point. Chen's suspicion is confirmed when he confronts the master about putting the devil's seed inside his friend's body. The master arrogantly boasts about how Qian should feel honored to be his chosen one and witness his ascension to become the supreme master. Honored? More like disgusted, you sicko. However, Chen declares that the master's honor will be to meet the end at his hands. The latter challenges the former to kill him, but Chen responds with a calm and composed demeanor, stating that it's just another task that he can accomplish with ease. The master launches quick moves, causing even Songzi to become flustered, but Chen effortlessly defends against them. The clan's master is shocked by Chen's skill and demands to know who he is, but the latter ignores him and strikes with the divine fist. First variation, mountain breaking. The master attempts to defend himself with Yin Protector, Holy Retreat, but the two forces clash, leaving Chen jubilant at the prospect of further practice, while the villain squares to kill him. The master launches the Stellar Frost attack, causing ice rocks to scatter in all directions, but Chen remains unfazed as he prepares to counter with his own moves. That's all you got. Let Chen show you how it's done, homie. Chen is caught off guard, completely unaware of what was about to happen as he is suddenly covered in a thick layer of ice, causing Qi Shang, and Qian to panic for their safety. They watch in horror as Songzi valiantly attempts to defend Chen, but to no avail. The ice spreads quickly over Chen's upper body, and the master taunts that the former is not strong enough to withstand his powerful magic. However, Chen ridicules his trickery and unleashes the stellar frost spell, breaking the ice with ease. Chen's be like, "You want to play ice games, old man? Let's play them my way." But the master is not yet defeated and has another trick up his sleeve, one that even our young warrior fears for his friends' lives. Oh, this villain must be a real piece of work. He orders everyone to flee, but it is too late as the master launches the Yinling clan's Heavenly Ray, a devastating attack that leaves everything in its path completely destroyed. The impact is so immense that the ground shakes violently, and the air is filled with dust and debris. Meanwhile, the Ling clan's master watches from a safe distance, impressed by Chen's strength and the power of the Heavenly Ray. He knows that he has to prepare his people and destroy everything the young boy has, so he can take over the Yinling clan. He is glad that he had stayed back and watched, for he would have been killed if he had acted impulsively. Yet another coward villain. Back on the mountain, Songzi emerges from the rubble to find that Chen has protected them, but the members of the Yin clan who had led them to the mountain have died. Cho Chang is unconscious, and Chen orders Songzi to find a cave and take cover while he retreats to heal his wounds. For 2 long and excruciating weeks, he remains in a deep sleep, his body healing in the dark confines of the cave. He's probably healing in geologic time. Qian worries about Chen, and Songzi has never seen him in such a bad state, unsure of when he would awaken from his healing process. The once vibrant young warrior was now weak and vulnerable. As Chen recuperates, a new threat emerges in the Fengyang suburbs. The Ling clan's evil master has set his sights on Chen's sister, Wen Qing, and his fiancé, King Chen. He plans to assault them, showing the depth of his depravity. That's some bad stuff. Brah, a graphic content warning would have been nice. As Chen Mo slowly awakens from his deep slumber, he groggily asks Songzi for the duration of his unconsciousness. Qian is brimming with excitement after seeing Chen wake up. Songzi informs him that he has been asleep for a total of 2 weeks. Lucky dude, got to live my dream. Chen's eyes widen in surprise and amazement as he shares with them his secret to quick healing and increased strength, attributing his swift recovery to the miraculous powers of red clover's fruits and fairy wood. However, soon Chen feels that his sister is in a dire predicament. His worst fears are confirmed as he discovers that his sister's protective charm has shattered into tiny pieces, leaving her vulnerable and defenseless. He jumps into action, instructing Songzi to urgently escort Qian back home while he rushes to his sister's aid. As Chen embarks on his journey towards Fengshang suburbs, he can't help but feel a knot tightening in his stomach as he worries about the fate of his beloved sibling, his heart pounding with trepidation. When his sister comes to understand the immense significance of the trinket, as her brute assailant breaks it, declaring it a strong protector of its wearer. Too late of a realization, sis. In a chilling turn of events, the vile master proceeds to attempt to assault Wen. However, the heavens seem to smile upon her, as a brilliant blaze of blinding light bursts forth, and Chen materializes before them, his sword glinting menacingly in the sunlight. Worry not, peeps, our hero is here. Undeterred, the cruel master ridicules him, referring to him as a damsel in distress. But Chen stands his ground, his eyes flashing with fury and determination. It's not a damsel in distress, it's a warrior in a dress. With a flash of lightning speed and unbridled force, he pummels the master with relentless attack, showing him no mercy or remorse. Eventually, the battle comes to an end, and he enfolds his sister in a warm and protective embrace, assuring her and Qian of his unwavering devotion to their safety and well-being. Chen vows to exact vengeance on their enemy, ensuring that he pays for every evil deed he has committed, his heart burning with righteous anger and indignation. Looks like the master got a taste of his own medicine, and it was bitter. As Chen is leaving the Yinling clan's compound with his sister Wen and fiancé Qing, they are ambushed by a band of ruthless attackers. Despite the odds stacked against them, Chen is able to eliminate the assailants with ease. However, their victory is short-lived as they are soon confronted by a horde of men from the Yinling clan. The group threatens and shouts at Chen, but he is in no mood for their cacophonous ramblings. He summons his Tingzwen Shenquan, third variation technique, and unleashes the God's Tranquility spell, which eliminates all of them in one fell swoop. He gave them all a one-way ticket to the Hell Train. Upon arriving home with Wen and Qing, Chen's mother and father questions him about the incident. They also explain how the gang had threatened them, warning them not to involve the police. Chen confidently informs them that he had taken care of the problem, and when probed further, he reveals that he has personally eliminated all of the assailants. Fueled by a burning desire to protect his loved ones, Chen vows to make anyone who dare harm his friends and family pay dearly. How did they all get such a devoted man? As his parents gaze upon him in shock, Chen quickly changes his demeanor, attributing his newfound skills to Songzi's tutelage. Yep, it surely was Master Songzi. He then distributes protective charms to his loved ones. But while his father brushes them off as mere trinkets, his mother reprimands his husband for not taking the gesture seriously. At Sun's seminary in Chasing, Chen assumes the role of Qing's teacher, and Songzi expresses his delight at being her upperclassman. He contemplates her future role as his master's wife and ponders how best to respect her while still being her upperclassman. Meanwhile, Chen remains unsure of what to teach her. Do just teach her to be a nanny, which she was eager to become for you. 3 days have passed, and as Qing Cheng practices, Chen informs Sang that he has let her develop her fundamental skills with the Yaoqi Holy Land. Sang is astonished at how much progress Qing has made in just 3 days. Well, I'm taking my previous nanny advice back. Chen, on the other hand, suspects that there is something wrong as she has progressed too fast. Upon further investigation, he discovers that Qing Cheng has Phoenix bloodline, which explains her rapid learning. Sang becomes worried about the potential danger of having such a bloodline, but Chen reassures her that it is a tremendous advantage. He thinks about how he will teach her to become immortal when they go to space. Dude, you sure about taking her to space? Chen Mo then attends a school ceremony where his friend was waiting for him. However, his friend reprimands him for being late, as half the ceremony has already passed. Just then, the host welcomes Mu Rong Yan Er from Class 3 and Wai Yufeng from Class 5 on stage. Mu Rong seems to have many fans, with all the boys crushing on her and calling her a goddess. As she begins her performance, Chen is glad to see Mu Rong dance again, finishing her routine gracefully. What a flirt. However, he remembers how Chen has not seen her since he killed the golden alligator on Lingyu Mountain. Chen believes that he shouldn't speak to her now and gets up to go to the restroom. But just then, Mu Rong spots him and comes running to Chen, hugging him tightly. The audience begins commenting on how she was the Ice Queen, but has lost her magnificence and shyness, a bunch of misogynists. Jiang Yao is also present and comments on how bold Mo Rong is. Meanwhile, and Qi Yui is shocked to see her friend fall for someone like Chen. Mo Rong asks him why he has not picked up her call, and Chen assures her that he has her number and would add her on WeChat. Are you serious? Remember King Cheng? As Chen Mo leaves the ceremony, he feels like someone is following him. Chen knows that it is in Qi Yui and asks her why she has been following him. And Qi Yui, in turn, warns him to stay away from Mo Rong as he is not good for her. She seems to be out of some opera soap. Chen asks her how he is not good for her friend. And Qi Yui is furious and yells at Chen, telling him that he may be good at fighting, know some people, and even be capable of taking over his mother's job, but that is not good enough for her friend Yan Mo Rong. Chen laughs at her and calls in Qi Yui an idiot, considering everything she has said is meaningless. He tells her that all the wealth and position she sees is trash to him, and that Qi Yui shouldn't use her shallowness to judge him. My dude's a badass. Chen asks her if she thinks a human and a god are the same, infuriating and Qi Yui. She monologues, thinking to herself how Chen wants to become a god. Well, now that's going too far. She thinks that Chen should just stop pretending to be something he isn't, or he would regret it. The following day, Chen arrives at an auction at the Wanxiang Hotel, hoping to obtain a magical weapon being sold there. Is he a magic weapon collector or what? He was welcomed by Jin Pei Yun, who had heard about the weapon and thought Chen might be interested, and had invited him. He tells her that he will leave after obtaining the weapon. While there, he encounters Zhang Yuanhao and Qi Yue, and their other friends, who are angered by his presence. Why are they so evil, man? Mu Rong also arrives and is pleased to see Chen. She runs over to him, and he tells her that a friend has invited him, and asks if she would be his date. My bro totally forgot about his fiancée. Sadly, a well-built man enters the auction, and people begin to comment about him. They wonder if he is Ye Qian Ning, who had gone to military school, and why is he back? and K.Yue's friend informed them that Mr. Yi is in a task force and has come back on vacation. And K.Yue comments that someone is in trouble now that Yi has returned, hinting at Chen. The military man walks straight up to Mo Rong and asks who the boy with her is. Another macho man, duh. Xu Li tells him that he is Chen Mo, whom Mo Rong had embraced at the school ceremony. Mr. Yi becomes furious and threatens Chen to stay away from Mu Rong and not touch his woman. However, she warns Tian Ning not to mess with Chen, and calls him shameless for calling her his woman without Mu Rong's permission. Chen calmly tells her to come with him to another area because he is sick of Tian's nonsense. Mr. Yi calls Chen a sissy and accuses him of hiding behind a woman's back. The latter retorts that it is unfortunate for Tian Ning that there is not a single woman to protect him. Mr. Yi warns Chen not to make fun of him and threatens to kill him, but the latter tells him to back off, making him wonder how Chen, who looks like a basket case, could be so confident and intimidating. You have no idea, my guy. Chen then asks Mu Rong for her hand and invites her to go with him. What about your plans to go to space with Qing? Chen Ning takes out his gun and points it at Chen. The situation grows tense as the other attendees look on in shock. However, our young warrior remains calm and unperturbed, seemingly unafraid of the gun pointed at him. As Ye Tian Ning brandishes a gun, the crowd trembles in fear, and Mu Rong denounces him as insane. He challenges Chen to face his bullets, but the latter warns him that he will die if he pulls the trigger. Despite the warning, Yi Tian remains obstinate and calls Chen bald-faced. This dude just has a death wish. Just then, Jin Pei Yun enters and orders Yi Tian to leave. He realizes that his Yi family cannot compete with the Jin family, so he retreats. Jin Pei tells him that Chen is her guest, and she will declare war between their families if he harms him. The spectators are stunned, wondering who this special boy is that Jin Pei Yun is willing to start a war for, Special Immortal. Mr. Yi puts down the gun, but warns Chen to stay away from Yan Er or face the consequences. And K.Yue cautions Chen that he can't rely on the Jin family's power forever, and once they abandon him, he will become worthless. Jin Pei Yun invites him to sit in the VIP area, but he refuses, warning her not to try any more tricks unless she wants trouble. She apologizes, knowing that Chen saw through her ploy to help Yi Tian Ning. Can't fool Master Chen. Sadly, a man enters the room and beckons Yan Er to join him. Onlookers whisper that he is White Knight Mu Rong Qi, a renowned hero from the south, and Yan Er's father. Jin Pi greets him warmly, and Yan Er, blushing, introduces Chen to her father. Girl, he's not your boyfriend. Mr. Mo Rong compliments Chen on his good personality but cautions him against becoming too arrogant. He then takes Yan Er with him as he leaves. Yan Er assures Chen that her father is a good man, and not to take his words too seriously. As she bids him farewell, he reflects on how unfair it was for Mr. Mu Rong to call him arrogant when it was only because of Yan Er that her father was able to converse with Chen at all. Pretty ironic? No. As the crowd settles back, a woman's voice announces the beginning of the auction. People take their seats, and all eyes turn to the stage as the lady reveals a one-of-a-kind artifact from ancient times. It is a handkerchief, and Chen immediately recognizes it as belonging to his sister, Luli, imbued with the power of the Xuan Dao clan's Tian Xuan Dao Ju. The auctioneer states that the starting bid for this incredible treasure is 100,000, with each subsequent bid needing to be at least $10,000 higher. As bids begin to rise, with people offering 150,000, 180,000, and even $200,000, Chen decides to make his move. Surely preparing to drop a bomb on everyone. With unwavering determination, he offers a staggering 10 million for the handkerchief. The room falls silent, stunned by the enormity of his bid. Dude's got more money than sense. Chen surprises everyone by directly offering 10 million, causing a stir among the spectators who call him crazy and wonder at his wealth. But he has his reasons. Chen wants to retrieve his sister's heirloom, which he considers priceless. Oh, he's got a soft heart behind all that hard stature. Chen successfully outbids everyone else and secures the handkerchief. Back at home, as Chen touches the ancient handkerchief, he can't help but wonder if his sister has been reborn into the ancient times, as the relic is at least 1,000 years old. Sadly, a vision appears before him, revealing the forbidden land of immortals. A massive coffin is chained to some pillars, and Chen's sister is standing beside him. Just as a giant hand emerges from the coffin, she pushes Chen out of harm's way and sacrifices herself. Either he's smoking some serious ganja or that relic is cursed. As he regains his senses, Chen recalls fragments of memory, such as the three-legged censer, the crayosolite rhinestone sarcophagus, and the elephantine hand. He ponders the significance of these artifacts and why they are associated with the Forbidden Land immortals. Could it be related to the mysterious rule of time? Chen resolves to enhance his power and uncover any other clues his sister may have left for him. As he's contemplating his next move, Chen receives a call from Wen Cheng informing him that the Wan family fighters are causing chaos at Mei Hua's Blue Whale Hotel. She requests him to call Master Chen Songzi for assistance. Chen assures her that he will handle the situation and decides to give the Wan family what they want. He's gonna make sure the Wan family leaves the hotel with their tails between their legs. Meanwhile, at the Blue Whale Hotel in the Jianyi district, Nangong Lin Tian, a fighter from the Wan family, is creating trouble for the chef, complaining about a fly in his food. The chef explains to Chen's mother that it's impossible, and the chairman acknowledges that the Wan family has sent them to provoke her. Wan Shangru's son, Wan Wenyu, also mocks the hotel for claiming to be a 5-star establishment. Looks like the Wan family brought their bad manners to the Blue Whale Hotel's buffet. Chen arrives at the hotel and remarks sarcastically that he was too lenient with the Wan family in the past. His mother is relieved to see him and asks for Master Chen Songji's help. However, Chen assures her that he will take care of the situation and make sure the Wan family cannot return home. Chen's gonna serve it up hot. Nangong, the fiery and determined fighter, seethes with anger at Chen's arrogance and lack of respect. He vows to teach him a lesson on behalf of his parents and launches a fierce attack. But Chen, cool and collected, simply slaps him, drawing blood from his mouth as Nangong falls to the ground in shock. The former ridicules him for his mediocre strength, leaving the latter astonished and humiliated. It dawns on him that Chen is a grandmaster, a true master of the martial arts. He's got the guts of a lion and the fists of a champion. As other fighters rush to their young master's aid, Nangong urges them to retreat. He knows he cannot face Chen and warns him that he will remember what has happened here. But before he can leave, Chen grabs him by the neck, asserting his dominance over his foe. Wan Wenyu warns Chen that if he harms Nangong, his family will destroy Mei Hua. The latter, however, is not intimidated by Wan Wen's threats. Nangong then warns Chen that his family can easily kill him, and urges him to do the right thing by letting him go and apologizing. Wan Wen pleads with Chen to listen to young master Nangong, but he refuses, eager to prove his strength and dominance. Chen's the real fly in their ointment. In a shocking twist, Chen kills Nangong, leaving everyone stunned and horrified. Wan Wen warns him that Nan family will not rest until they have avenged their member's death, but Chen remains defiant, insisting that he will not back down. He breaks Wan Wen's leg in retaliation, warning him to tell his father that any further aggression will result in the destruction of his entire family. Bro got served with a serious reality check. Kenan's sister is shocked by his violent actions, but he explains that sometimes violence is necessary to make people behave. He is willing to kill anyone who threatens his family, no matter the consequences. His mother then hugs and comforts him. Dude gotta take a break and watch some sitcoms to learn the value of non-violent conflict resolution. Elsewhere, doctors are struggling to heal Wan Wen's broken leg, leaving his father worried and anxious. He informs his father of Chen's actions, urging him to seek revenge on their enemy. Wan Changru vows to make Chen pay for what he has done, promising to destroy his entire family in retaliation. Here we go again. Chen, along with Songzi, Qing, and Sang, arrive at the mansion on Luyan Slope, Yangwei Lake. As they are stopped by a guard, Chen confidently enters the mansion and announces that he knows it's Wan Changru's house, but soon it will be his. The guard is shocked at his audacity, but Chen introduces himself and asks the guard to pass on his gratitude to Wan Chang for his generous gift. Guess my bro already told us he was expert in breaking into buildings. As they explore the abandoned mansion, Chen remarks how the millionaire's home is still fully decorated. He then instructs Songzi to tell Chu Weixian and Jia Jingen to collect rhinestones and gems of all sizes, offering them herbs for every 10 pieces they find. Chen also asks the girls to choose whichever room they prefer as they will be staying at the mansion. Talk about being the real boss. Standing on the balcony facing the river, he senses a strong energy that he feels is perfect for creating the Great Jiaoshan circulation array. Suddenly, a mysterious man comes flying towards Chen. The latter gives him a chance to reveal his name before killing him. The man introduces himself as Bu Changfeng, Namgong's bodyguard, and warns Chen that he should not have messed with the Namgong family. He's gonna know soon who not to mess with. He threatens to kill him and launches an attack, which the latter defends with his Tingzuan Shenquan. First variation technique, mountain splitting attack. Bro, do you even know any other spell? The bodyguard crashes to the ground, but Chen Mo is impressed that he's still alive. Then, the latter spots Nangong Long, Nangong Lin Tian's father, hiding and calls him out to fight. Gong Long warns Chen that his father will murder him when he wakes up. But the latter doesn't care about his father and kills Gong Long instantly, splitting his body in two. Dude is killing his hobby. Chen then realizes that the bodyguard has run away and comments how he will not survive 7 days. He's intrigued by Nangong's power. A week later, there are a bunch of rhinestones and gems spread in front of Chen as he asked, and Chen is impressed that the men from real world are not useless. So now you've got to give some gems to get Master Chen's approval. Later, Yan recalls Chen, and he's worried something is wrong. However, she merely invites him to her birthday party. Chen agrees to attend the party, but he remembers how things went wrong at the party in his previous life. He vows to protect Yan Mu Rong at any cost. After completing the spirit gathering array, Chen makes an announcement that no one can now come near the mansion without his permission and proper covering. He then proceeds to fill a flask with sparkling potion, pleased that his focus can be on other tasks now. Chen then unexpectedly enters Shu Weixong's massage room, which startles him. He explains that he has come to ask for a favor, and Shu is amazed at how Chen managed to get past 100 guards. Well, my old man, you're still getting shocked by his abilities. Chen reveals the potion to be holy water, demonstrating how even a single drop can transform barren land into beautiful flowers and plants. He explains its benefits, such as its ability to heal and prolong life if consumed regularly. Shu asks if it's the elixir of life and offers to buy it at any price. However, Chen suggests diluting the holy water with regular water and selling it for a profit, offering Shu 20% of the earnings. So now you start thinking about worldly gains. The latter eagerly accepts the offer and is ecstatic at the thought of becoming wealthy and having an abundance of holy water. He then inquires why Chen is selling the holy water, as he once said that he has no interest in worldly riches. However, the latter cautions him not to be nosy as he has his own intentions. Shu then asks for the name of the company, and Chen chooses Guoyu's elixir of life after the Yangui Lake. The former expresses his confidence that it will be a success. The next day, Chen boards a train to attend Mo Rong's birthday party in Baima district, remembering how it is a big thing there. On the train, a rude girl with purple hair demands that Chen move so she can sit with her blue-haired brother. The latter refuses, explaining that the seat is assigned to him. The bratty girl demands her brother to teach the boy a lesson for not giving up his seat, but the brother defends Chen's right to sit there and refuses to comply with his sister's request. Something seems fishy. As the train arrives at Baima district, Chen disembarks and remembers Qinglong Manor, the place of Yan Er's birthday party, from his memories. However, he is sadly intercepted by the brother-sister Du from the train to block his path. The man explains that he couldn't do anything on the train due to the crowd, but now he has a chance to teach Chen a lesson. Well, here you go. Already smelled the fishiness. After being warned to apologize to the guy's sister or face violence, Chen questions whether the guy thinks his inner realm makes him entitled to be so pretentious. The guy is taken aback by Chen's knowledge of inner realms and recognizes him as a warrior. Too late. Chen reacts by slapping him hard and threatening him that he doesn't have time for this, and the guy would be dead otherwise. When the guy asks who Chen is, he responds by warning him that he is not someone to be messed with. As Chen glares at the girl, she nervously warns him not to come near her. But he grabs her by the collar, insisting that it is too late for her to be afraid. My boy's gonna get cancelled by the feminists. Though she is reduced to tears, the girl still manages to warn Chen that she is from the powerful Yuwen family, and if anything happens to her, her father would surely seek revenge. Chen, however, callously throws her into a nearby trash can and continues on his way. What a badass. Soon, Chen arrives at Qinglong Manor in a taxi, where people speculate that he must be Yan'er's classmate. There are only 4 to free food. With a gift in hand, Chen intends to simply give it to Mo Rong and then leave. But when Hao and NKU spots him, they are shocked to see him there. Just then, Yujia Hao, son of a millionaire from Baima district, calls Chen a twat and comments how he should not have come there as he does not even belong with them. Why are these elites such evil? And Kei Yue also tells Chen that he should not have come there as he does not stand a chance with Mo Rong, and is just embarrassing himself. She tells Chen that even if he had Mei Hua, he is nothing compared to all the people present there, and asks him what else he can do. Girl, you are gonna regret that for sure. He tells her that he respects her father, uncle, but warns her not to talk to him like this ever again, and tells her to F off. And Kei Yue scoffs at Chen, and calls him ridiculous for thinking he has a chance with Mo Rong. However, he insists that she doesn't know the whole story, and that he's not the same person he used to be. You mean didn't used to be an immortal? Suddenly, the siblings duo from train, Yu Wen Cheng and Yu Wen Feng Fei, arrive on the scene. The guy comments how he has come to teach Yan Er's rumored boyfriend a lesson so he keeps his hands away from his woman. Hu Jiahao points out Chen as the rumored boyfriend, causing Wen Cheng to become fearful but determined to take him down. Welcome back to your fate. After some time, Cheng returns with his uncle, Zhao, Taiyan Wang, who is also known as Master Zhou. Feng Fei is pleased to see her uncle there, thinking that Chen cannot leave now and will face the consequences of messing with him. She urges her uncle to teach Chen a lesson, as he had bullied her. This girl will learn the hard way. Master Zhou then asks him to apologize, promising to forgive Chen Mo if he does so. However, he, calmly sipping his juice, retorts with a blunt F off, which infuriates Master Zhou. As Chen confidently sips his juice, people around him begin to speculate that he must be crazy to tell Zhou Tianwang to F off, since even Master Mo Rong does not dare to speak to him in such a way. They assume that Chen is surely headed for his demise now that he has angered Zhao. Cheng and Feng Fei are delighted at the thought of Chen being killed, while Zhou's disciple calls him arrogant and warns him that he's as good as dead now. Chen retorts that the disciple is just a small inner realm warrior and tells him to step aside. We're gonna get a real showdown. However, the disciple tells Zhao that he will fight Chen himself, claiming that the latter is not a great warrior. Zhao orders his disciple to kill Chen and says that he will deal with the consequences. Just then, Mr. Mo Rong arrives and asks everybody to calm down, since it's his daughter's birthday. Zhou tells Mr. Mo Rong how Chen insulted him earlier. Hearing this, Mr. Mo Rong internally curses Chen, calling him a filthy swine. However, the birthday girl's father maintains a calm demeanor and tells Zhou to do whatever he wants with the boy outside the Qinglong Manor. How does such a cold have a diamond daughter? Zhou warns Chen to stay away from him outside, and Mr. Mo Rong reprimands him for his arrogance and tells him that he must show respect to Zhou Tianwang. Chen counters that he is not arrogant, but just confident, and while the Zhou family, the Yuan family, or even the Mu Rong family may be intimidating to some people, they are nothing to him. Yas, tell them, boy. Mr. Mu Rong warns Chen to take care of himself outside the manor, as he cannot risk his life or offend the Yuan or the Zhou family to save him. Just then, Yan Er enters the room in a beautiful gown and wearing a crown. Feng Fei asks her brother not to let Yan Er go, as she is too beautiful and gorgeous, and he assures her that anyone who tries to put their hands on her will have to pay. Yan Er thanks everyone for coming and expresses her gratitude to them. Chen's a lucky guy. As the birthday girl receives gifts from her great-grandparents, she spots Chen and wonders if he has brought anything for her. Yan Er is thinking that she will be happy with anything Chen gives her, as she truly believes that he cares for her, because he has come there just for her. And that is enough for Yan Er. All my girl really loves him. Just then, Jia Hao asks Chen if he brought a gift for Yan Er, and the latter presents her with a beautiful jade necklace that he made himself, even placing it on her neck. As Yan Er thanks him, everyone is astonished that Chen put it on her himself, and Cheng becomes furious at him for making a move on his girl. Such a cheapster. Chen informs Yan Er that he must depart, but she insists that he stay for the upcoming dinner. However, Jia Hao insults Chen, claiming that he is stingy and has not brought a decent gift, and is asking to leave, fearing embarrassment if the truth about his present is revealed. Chen issues a warning, stating that if it were not Yan Er's birthday, he would have killed Jia Hao. Women truly have the power to do everything, even to change Master Chen. Nonetheless, Jia Hao continues to mock Chen, saying that he has given Yan Er trash and wants that nobody speaks of it. In response, Yan Er asserts that all she desires is Chen's presence and that the gifts do not matter. Finally, not a gold digger. Then, Chen proceeds to reveal the necklace's true power, and everyone senses its refreshing and tranquil energy. Cheng is astounded by the necklace's aqua power and magical properties, questioning how Chen could have given such a valuable magical item to Yan Er. Her uncle, Shui, asks to examine her charm and advises her to always wear it, as it is the finest gift in the world, rendering everything else insignificant in comparison. Is our boy falling in love too? He then thanks Chen for bestowing such a precious item upon Yan Er. Jia Hao is left feeling ashamed, realizing that he did not expect the old man to appreciate the charm's worth. Tit for tat, and Ke Yue gets lost within herself, thinking what more secrets does Chen hold. Meanwhile, Yan Er blushes, sensing that Chen must genuinely care for her, given that he has given her such a precious gift. Out of nowhere, a group of menacing figures enters the Grand Manor, carrying a dark and ominous wreath. Their intentions are clear, to bring shame and humiliation upon the respected Morong family. Mr. Morong, bewildered and caught off guard, immediately demands to know their purpose. The leader, with a sneer on his face, replies that they have come for revenge for the Sandy Gang's people. Wow, what a great timing. Mr. Morong's shock quickly turns to anger as he orders his guards to apprehend the intruders, but to his dismay, his own men are swiftly overpowered. The ruthless leader of the group taunts Mr. Morong, deriding the uselessness of his so-called protectors and their futile attempts at whitewashing their reputation. Determined to protect his family's honor, Mr. Morong calls upon his trusted uncle Shui for aid. Mr. Shui wastes no time in warning the brazen gang members of the grave consequences of their actions, as they have dared to speak ill of the Morong family being an outsider in their territory. The leader of the gang and Uncle Shui stand face to face, preparing to unleash their formidable powers. Dude had some respect for our golden girl's birthday. As the two fierce fighters clash, onlookers savor the spectacle, as if watching a scene from a blockbuster movie. In agile movements, Mr. Shui vanquishes the notorious leader of Sanhee Gang, causing cheers of triumph to erupt from the crowd. But just then, the Sanhee Gang leader calls upon his master. Mr. Morong's face contorts in confusion and shock. He had no idea that the gang members have a master. Suddenly, a mysterious figure strides into the scene, catching everyone off guard. How many more villains to go? To Mr. Morong's astonishment, the master is none other than Ren Batian, the son of the infamous Ren Tianyu. As soon as he makes his presence known, he reminds Mr. Morong of the scar he had once inflicted upon Ren Tian. He says how Mr. Morong must be surprised that Ren survived the ordeal. Real sweet. Old foes reunited. Renbo threatens to obliterate Mr. Morong just as he had annihilated his family and the entire Sanhee Gang, when the latter instructs Shui to go after the villainous man. Ren cannot help but feel a glimmer of joy at the thought of finally avenging his parents, as Shui was the one to kill them. As the latter prepares to eradicate the last remnants of Sanhee, bystanders cannot help but remark on how he seems to be aging in reverse. But before he can even make a move, Ren appears out of nowhere and effortlessly flings Shui aside with a single punch, chiding him for his overconfidence. Now facing Mr. Morong, Ren taunts him to come and fight. However, before he can even take a step forward, Yan Er leaps in front of her father to defend him from the villain's wrath. Ren then grabs her and mocks Morong that wouldn't dying be easy for a father than letting someone rape his daughter. Although nobody's got to touch our hero's girl, as fear grips the onlookers, no one dares to intervene to help, even and Ke Yue, despite her close relationship with Yan Er, feels helpless as she lacks the necessary combat skills. Feng Fei implores her brother to come to Yan Er's aid, but he refuses, unwilling to put himself in harm's way for a mere woman. Instead, he suggests that if Mr. Morong's family is to fall, his own family, the Yuans, can take over. He then orders his sister to stay hidden and out of sight to avoid attracting Ren's attention. What a bunch of cowards. As Ren closes in on Yan Er, he is sadly struck by a punch from Chen, who exclaims that he couldn't stand idly by while Ren violates his friend before his very eyes. Of course, boy, you couldn't. Filled with rage, Ren lashes out at Chen, causing his little gang leader to rush to his defense. But Chen is no ordinary opponent. His swift and powerful punch quickly incapacitates the gang leader, leaving him lifeless on the ground. Realizing that Yan Er is in danger, Chen urgently instructs her to seek refuge in a safe place. Everyone, including Ke Yue and Cheng, stand in awe of Chen's incredible strength. However, Ren isn't one to be deterred. Rising from the ground, he taunts that Mr. Morong has such a skilled nanny at his disposal. Yep, a warrior nanny. Chen responds by acknowledging Ren's desire for revenge, but firmly warns him not to touch Yan-er. In turn, the latter scoffs at the former's confidence, recalling how Chen had just caught him off guard, and it was nothing special. As he launches an attack, Chen effortlessly blocks it with a single finger, causing Ren to grin with delight at having finally found a worthy adversary. Worthy enough to get you killed. The evil man then unveils his true power, soaring through the air like a true master, leaving onlookers wondering if Chen is strong enough to prevail. But the young warrior remains unfazed, dismissing Ren's display as nothing compared to the skills of a true master. The latter threatens to kill Chen, summoning the bloody handprint of the demon. Mr. Shui is stunned to discover that Ren's teacher is the renowned master who rules over the southeast, known to the people as the Eight-Armed God. That guy might not need any girl for of a lifetime. As Ren launches his bloody handprint attack at Chen, onlookers grow increasingly concerned for his safety, but Chen calmly brushes it off as pathetic and weak, quickly responding with his own most powerful technique, the Tingsuan Shenquan First Variation mountain-breaking spell. Simultaneously, he executes the Tingsuan Shenquan Second Variation, river splintering spell, sending Ren hurtling through the air. Dude, just try another spell already. Realizing that it was outmatched, Ren resorts to taking Yan-er hostage as soon as he spots her hiding among the crowd. Wow, what a great safe place. As Ren tries to take Yan-er hostage, her jade pendant emits a strong aura that protects her. The villain realizes that it is a powerful magic weapon and tries to destroy it, but to no avail. A blue shield is formed around Yan-er, and she becomes relieved, knowing that the aqua power from the charm which Chen gave her is there to protect her. And Kei Yue wonders if she should ask Chen to give her a similar jade pendant, but she's not sure if he would be willing to do so. Girl, you really have some audacity even thinking about that. As Chen approaches Ren, the latter tries to escape, warning the former of a next time. However, Chen is not in the mood for a next time and does not allow Ren to leave. The young warrior then uses his inner strength, and Shu Wei realizes that he is a grand master. As Chen launches his attack on Ren, he falls dead immediately, warning that his master will not forgive this while dying. Have never heard such great last words. People excitedly announce that Ren Tianyu is dead, and Chen Mo has emerged victorious. Uncle Shui comments on how he would not have believed an 18-year-old to be a grand master if he had not seen it with his own eyes. Mr. Morong feels ashamed that he thought Chen to be too arrogant, while he is, in fact, a true master. Well, now you know. He realizes that Chen's power to control death renders all positions and wealth worthless, but he wonders who will lack those things with such ability. Sure, now give him your daughter's hand. Chen then asks Yan-er if she is scared, but she replies that she is not afraid of anything as long as he is there. Perks of having a warrior crush. And Kei Yue realizes that when she told Chen to stay away from Yan-er, he said that they are not in the same world, but she did not realize the truth then as she was foolish. Chen announces that they should all continue the party, but before that, there is some trash to be thrown out of there. He spots Zhou Tian, who is scared, and begs for forgiveness from Chen, citing a misunderstanding. But Chen prepares to attack Zhou, saying that he is a man of his word. The latter wanted to kill him, so he should fight now. Zhou bends down on his knees and begs in front of Chen, but the young boy shows no mercy and kills him. People announce that Zhou Tian Wang is dead, and Chen Mo did exactly what he said he would do. Cheng and Feng Fei become worried for their lives and bow down in front of Chen, begging him to spare them. Chen demonstrates compassion and announces that in honor of Yan-er's birthday, he will only diminish a portion of Cheng's power. Despite his agonizing wails, the former proceeds to extract some of Cheng's power. Grateful for Chen's intervention, Mr. Morong expresses his appreciation while Yan-er urges him to remain for her celebration. He consents to stay for Yan-er, but this gesture triggers jealousy in Kei Yue, who believes that Chen is exclusively hers. Really, girl? Now you want him? At Guiyu Lake Manor, Chu Wixxiang awaits Chen's arrival with a pressing matter to discuss. After his arrival, Chu informs him that their elixir reserves are running low, and they need more. Furthermore, the former reports of the Gongsun family in Zijing has been causing problems by peddling counterfeit holy water. Due to Gongsun family's influence, Chu has been unable to resolve the situation. However, Chen assures him that he will take matters into his own hands and deal with the issue personally, as always. a Qianshan manor of the Gongsun family in the Yuan block of Zijing district. A gathering is underway as people eagerly await Mr. Gongsun's announcement about the elixir of life. As he arrives, he warmly greets everyone and reaffirms his unwavering support and loyalty. In a sarcastic tone, Gongsun warns those absent from the gathering that they will receive a personal visit from him. He then declares that although they all recognize the elixir's benefits, he plans to withdraw it from the market and secure exclusive control over it. Looks like Gongsun is the new Walter White of the elixir world. One enthusiastic attendee expresses his admiration for the magical elixir and inquires about how Gongsun intends to control it, to which he boasts that he has discovered a superior alternative to the elixir and is confident in his imminent success with their support. Inwardly, he muses that once he wins the crowd's trust with his fake elixir, the Gongsun family can establish themselves as tyrants. What is this? For a century? Mr. Gongsun approaches and Shicheng, a member of the Yin family, seeking his opinion on the effectiveness of the elixir and inquiring about his apparent stress. The latter expresses his skepticism and queries how the former discovered the elixir, as Enshi himself had always been in search of it, but to no avail. Gongsun insists that it's a family secret, but he will share it with Mr. An if he collaborates with him. But he doubts Gongsun's credibility, who takes offense to it. The latter threatens Enshi that even a child knows about the benefits of the elixir and the money which comes with it. And if he doesn't comply and let Gongsun earn his money, then he will destroy him. Gongsun went from salesman to mafia boss real quick. To enforce his demand, Gongsun summons a warrior named Qing Shan, who intimidates Enshi with the prospect of dire consequences if he refuses to cooperate. However, the latter refuses to yield and boldly declares that his family will continue even after his death. Gongsun orders his warrior to kill Enshi, but Chen suddenly appears and halts the attack. Enshi expresses his gratitude towards him and pledges to support him in selling the elixir. Qing Shan warns Chen to stop interfering, revealing that he is from the Yulan clan. The latter challenges the former to a fight, daring him to strike and demonstrate his strength. In the midst of a heated battle, Qing Shan launches a ferocious attack on Chen, menacingly threatening to silence him. However, the latter effortlessly summons a simple yet effective spell called Defense to shield himself from the former's onslaught, leaving everyone around them stunned and in awe of his powerful abilities. Like a group of tourists encountering a majestic tiger in the wild, seeing an opportunity to test Qing Shan's skills. Chen generously gives him another chance to prove himself, while Gongsun realizes that he is in the presence of the Grand Master Chen, whose energy surpasses that of any warrior he has ever encountered. Without hesitation, Qing Shan pulls out a mirror from his pocket, which promptly transforms into a deluxe magic shield that effortlessly fends off Chen's attacks. It's like bringing a knife to a magic fight. Undeterred, the young fighter counters with his Tingsuan Shenquan second variation spell, breaking the shield in one swift move, as Qing Shan lies paralyzed on the ground. Chen seizes the mirror from him and stores it safely in his ring. Bro knows how to make good use of stolen things. In a desperate attempt to save himself, Gongsun begs for mercy and offers to serve Chen. Despite his plea, the latter coldly pierces his forehead with a single blow, sending a shiver of fear down the spines of onlookers who kneel down in reverence and seek his forgiveness. Has this guy become a serial killer or what? Calmly reassuring them that he is there to teach the Gongsun family a lesson, and not to harm anyone else, Chen instructs Enshi to seek out Chu Wenshang, the one person who knows everything about the elixir and what he desires. Turning his attention back to Qing Shan, Chen demands to know where he obtained the bronze mirror. Qing Shan reveals to Chen that he obtained the mirror from a grave robber who claimed to have found it in the Naya ruins located in the desert. Chen inquires if it is the Naya ruins in Jingzhou ancient city and expresses astonishment upon learning that cultivators once inhabited the area. He urges Qing Shan to take him there, and after 3 days of travel, they arrive at the entrance of the Jingzhou ancient city in the sacred mountain of Zaklama. Great adventures await ahead. Chen notices a massive hole created by a sword that still emanates a ray of spiritual energy. Meanwhile, Qing Shan observes a cliff that appears to have been sliced by someone, commenting on its peculiarity. As they proceed, they encounter an entire ancient city buried in sand, and Chen is awestruck by the power it must have taken to do so. Finally, something impressed him. Further ahead, they come across a shrine's tomb entrance, which is open. Qing Shan speculates that robbers might have entered, but Chen disagrees, noting that it is no ordinary grave. They spot a group of people, including a girl and Qing Shan identifies the three bald men as Tantric Buddhism masters. He warns Chen that the girl behind them is not normal, and that they are not good people, as if Chen himself is normal. As they approach a large stone gate, Chen is intrigued by the arrangement on it. The girl demands to know Chen's identity, but he deflects, asking her who she is and why she is there. She introduces herself as Kai Wenya, the lady of Guandu Kai family, and refers to the place as Bianhua, warning Chen not to attempt anything foolish. Despite her warning, Chen tries to open the stone gate, and Kai Wen ridicules him, claiming that even Master Jiang could not open it due to its defensive spells. Clearly she doesn't know who she's dealing with. Qing Shan tries to use his power to open the gate, but throws him back. A Buddhist that informs him that the harder he hits the gate, the stronger its repulsion. Kai Wen suggests digging a tunnel to enter, but her master Jiang reveals that the entire tomb area is covered with spells, rendering it impossible. Chen attempts to cast a spell, but the girl taunts him, comparing him to a fairy tale character using the open sesame approach. To their surprise, the door begins to open, and Chen reveals that he used a simplified version of the Xuan Dao clan's basic defensive array to do so. Chen, and his magic tricks. He also claims that the tomb has some connection to his sister. Qing Shan is deeply impressed with Chen's incredible abilities and commends him on how safe he feels with him around. As they make their way through the gate, Master Jiang urges Kai Wen to stay close and exercise caution as they are entering uncharted territory. Suddenly, they stumble upon an unexpected location with staircases leading up to an opening emitting a bright blue light. Everyone is shocked to find such a wondrous place hidden deep beneath the ground. Just wait and watch what a wondrous place can turn into. As they make their way forward, Kai Wen's eyes lock onto a stunning coffin, and she asks her master if it could possibly be the resting place of Queen Jiangju. Master Jiang replies that it could very well be the case, but warns her not to rush as they do not know what dangers lay ahead. However, Kai Wen's curiosity gets the better of her, and she darts towards the white marble coffin to retrieve the Bian flower. She declares that it must be inside, and sternly warns them not to take it from her. When have women ever listened? Master Jiang quickly orders his men to stop her, and they warn her that it could be full of traps, and that she needs to be careful. Suddenly, a man standing close to the stairs bursts into flames and disintegrates into ash. Wow, that escalated quickly. Kai Wen urgently implores everyone to retreat as they are in grave danger, but Master Jiang remains undeterred and presses forward within his protective shield. A menacing red serpent suddenly appears and lunges towards him, but he manages to fend him off and attempts to kill it. In the ensuing chaos, the serpent makes a beeline for the others standing nearby with Chen, who acts with lightning-fast reflexes and successfully vanquishes the deadly creature. Chen explains that the cobra is about 40 centimeters in length and entirely crimson in color, with scales covering its body. He adds that it burns anything it touches, and typically lives in groups. Is he a snake researcher or what? Suddenly, several other red serpents emerge from the shadows, causing Chen to urgently warn everyone to retreat immediately and avoid touching the snakes at all costs. He then reveals that the serpents have a queen, and if he can slay her, they will all cease to pose a threat. To everyone's astonishment, all the red phantom cobras begin to merge together, forming a colossal snake. The serpent declares that Chen has disrupted her master's peace and has to pay the ultimate price. He quickly realizes that all the small snakes he has encountered are part of the queen's body, and she has now fused them together to create a mighty force. Nuclear fusion reaction right there. The queen serpent's unexpected ability to speak leaves everyone stunned, and Master Jiang is left pondering whether it is a mere monster or a powerful demon. The Buddhist monks attempt to attack the serpent with their sacred chant of Amitabha, but to their dismay, the serpent unleashes a torrent of flames from its mouth, causing even their magical weapons to burst into flames. The monks realize too late they have been overly confident in their abilities. However, Master Jiang refuses to back down and attempts to trap the serpent with a powerful magical weapon, yelling out the incantation, mythical skill, seal. The serpent is impressed by the attempt but declares that it is not enough to defeat her. Of course, what is the use of Chen being there? As the tension mounts, the red phantom serpent grows massive claws and two menacing horns and lunges towards Master Jiang, warning him not to even try to restrain her. Jiang then reveals that the serpent has the blood of a fire dragon, and as a result, it has grown 4 limbs and 2 horns, making it an even more formidable foe. Chen then soars into the air, unleashing his powerful Tingshuan Shenquan First Variation attack, striking the serpent with a single blow and killing it instantly. As the serpent disintegrates into pieces, Chen quickly realizes that the god spirit is still inside and spots a baby snake carrying it. He promises not to harm the baby and offers it the chance to be reborn. Meanwhile, Wenkai makes her way to the coffin, and as they all peer inside, they are left shocked. The empty coffin leaves Kai Wen anxious. However, the Buddhist monk suddenly spots a piece of cloth inside. He carefully takes it out and reveals that it is a leather scroll written in the ancient language of the West. The scroll has remained untouched even though the garment beside it is burnt. As the monk begins to read the scroll, Master Jiang explains that the root of the spirits that used to exist in this place was destroyed by the earthquake, which caused Mount Zaklama Magnetic to become disconnected from the underground river. Jingju Kingdom was unable to survive without this water source, and thus it fell into ruin. Rip spirits. I guess. The text on the other side of the scroll proves to be undecipherable, but it speaks of a profound palace that can connect with the nether, unite the universes, and spear the sky. Chen realizes that this is an edited version of Xuan Dao clan's technique and wonders if Queen Jingju had been his sister's student. He concludes that the root of the spirits is not the river but is likely to be somewhere nearby. Something clicks, and Chen punches the ground beneath him, splitting it open and revealing the wooden spirit root beneath. He realizes that Queen Jingju had placed her coffin there to hide it. The spirit root had been destroyed by the earthquake and had absorbed the power of air and earth to heal itself, thus explaining why Jingju Kingdom had become a ruin. As they examine the spirit root, Master Jiang comments on its powerful healing properties as his wounds from the serpent begin to heal. Qing Shan happily exclaims that he can become a grandmaster in just 1 year by training there. Keep dreaming. Master Jiang suggests that Kai Wen bring the spirit root back to her grandfather to cure his illness. However, when he attempts to cut it, his weapon breaks, and they realize that the spirit root is impenetrable. Chen advises her that a lifeline pill will be enough to heal her grandfather. Master Jiang happily informs her that the pill is top tier and can heal her grandfather. Kai Wen is concerned about the cost of the pill. Chen offers to trade it for half of Tai family's property. She is initially hesitant, as she does not want to rob her family. However, Chen warns her not to touch the spirit root if she does not want to pay the price. Boy, when did you become this greedy? In the end, Kai Wen agrees to take the pill, but she internally muses about how she can take it without giving Chen any money. Dang, girl seems to love money more than her life. Chen generously gives Kai Wen a whole bottle of lifeline pills, and she leaves the place hesitantly. Qing Shan expresses his gratitude towards Chen and informs him that he too will be leaving. After everyone leaves, he contemplates how the innate spirit root is sufficient for him to meditate and level up his wooden form to the highest level. As Chen continues to meditate, 2 weeks later, he is interrupted by a group of people. Chen is outraged and considers them insolent. Using his incredible strength, he throws them all away with just one finger. He could probably flick a fly across the country. Among the group is Kai Wen, who has come with her master, and others to claim the spirit wood. Master Jiang, who is also present, asks Shen to give half of the spirit root as they have all discovered it together. What did they do exactly? Chen refuses, claiming that it is his rightful property. Master Jiang then calls upon the spirits of the earth to aid him and launches a stone dragon attack towards Chen. However, the latter uses his defensive magic weapon against the dragon. The master ridicules him, believing he is dead, but to his surprise, Chen emerges unscathed. Is it just me, or does Chen seem to have 9 lives? In disbelief, the master asks him if he is even human, but he is not done yet. Jiang prepares to attack Chen again, calling upon the living creatures buried underground. The ground opens up, and the latter falls into the depths of it. Chen rises up in the air again, leaving the master shocked and bewildered. The latter then calls upon the spirits of the earth once again, turning into a giant earth devil. Talk about leveling up. The master informs Chen that he is now intertwined with the universe and can receive a steady stream of power by just standing there. The monstrous Jiang advances towards Chen, but he easily cuts off his arm with a single punch. However, the arm regrows immediately. Does he have a Dao body too? Chen casts a spell called 5 Phases, Abolish, that prevents Master Jiang from absorbing any more earth energy. Then, he launches his sword towards Jiang using the spell Heavenly Strike. He turns into rocks and crumbles into small pieces. Kai Wen weeps and begs for Chen's forgiveness, putting all the blame on her dead master. What a disgusting way to honor the dead. Chen allows her to leave, only because she owes him money, and they all flee as fast as they can. When a man asks Kai Wen how to extract the spiritual root, she yells at him, saying she couldn't possibly take anything from such a strong man. She vows to make things difficult for Chen, and gathers all the information she can about his personality, and comes to know that he has a lot of enemies. She plans to spread rumors that Chen has died, and thinks that when he emerges, he will find his family and friends dead, and this girl will see her soul leave her body soon. 2 weeks later, as Shu Bixiang is enjoying himself with some girls, a bald man enters and threatens him to bring Master Chen's lackeys to him within 3 days, or he will be killed. Shu agrees to do whatever the man says and believes the rumor of Chen's death to be true. Meanwhile, in the Jiangyi district, Chen's mother and sister are working in the chairman's office at Meihua Group when a man enters to say goodbye while carrying a weapon. Not a great way to bid farewell, don't you think? The man launches an attack on Chairman Li, but Songzi intervenes and questions his motives. The man claims that he is a stranger who was enticed with a deluxe pill to carry out the attack. However, Songzi deems him useless and kills him on the spot. I guess deluxe pills aren't always so deluxe after all. Chen's sister is anxious as there have been 3 assassination attempts recently, but her mother suggests that it is another attempt by the Wan family due to rumors. She assures her that they will pay for their actions. Meanwhile, a bald man is threatening Chu and his associates, demanding their money and the Elixir of Life company. Wei Xiang hesitates, emphasizing the significance of the elixir, but the bald man warns him and threatens to kill him. They become afraid and bring the man to the manor where Cheng and Sang are present. The assailant attacks them, but Cheng defends herself with a wooden sword. The bald man praises her swordsmanship but notes that she is only a peak cultivator of the inner realm. Wait till you meet her master. He attacks her with his Dagawai Yuan Shu technique, throwing her aside. The attacker is revealed to be Cheng Shan's brother, the master of Yulan clan, named Chen Guanhai. He plans to move his entire clan to the manor to become the most strongest clan. Maybe he's been watching too much of Games of Thrones. Songzi arrives and gives Cheng a pill to heal her wounds. Sang briefs him on the situation, indicating that Chu Wixong's people had brought a master who broke the protection and took over the manor. However, Songzi believes that they are just ordinary people who want to protect themselves, and that they can resolve the issue when Master Chen returns. You gotta wait for big guns. He recommends that they prioritize protecting the clan's leader in the meantime. In Jinju Ancient City, a man in uniform is trying to hide from someone, but he realizes he has been poisoned. Just then, 2 figures arrive. One is Zorn from the Blood Clan, while the other is Char, a dark sorcerer. The latter informs the dying man that a curse has been placed upon him, and he only has 5 minutes left to live. Zorn boasts about how the blood of the man's 2 companions has given him incredible strength, suggesting that he will fare better. Now, we've got some vampires here too. The dying man retaliates by calling him a bloodsucker, warning him that even after death, he will haunt him. Char tells him to stop resisting, as death will lead to his swift reincarnation. He then summons the demon of Tarsus, blaming the police officer for letting his friends die without bringing the news back. Sadly, they are ambushed by a flying sword, which cuts off Zorn's arm. While Char identifies it as a weapon from Asian mythology, Chen emerges from underground. Noting how some of the clan's descendants have impure blood, Bro has great smelling sense. Char mocks Zorn, claiming that he is referring to him, but Chen shuts him down, calling him worthless for selling his soul to the devil. Meanwhile, the police officer gives Chen an eagle badge, asking him to deliver it to Yang Ding Tian, and warn him of the order of death's assassination of Dali's finest warriors. Char threatens to kill them both, calling upon the Dark Lord to give him strength. He throws a dark magic ball toward Chen, but the police officer heroically steps in to defend him. Well, that's a first. Chen uses defense spells to create a protective shield around them. Zorn attempts to destroy the shield but fails. The young warrior then attacks Char with his sword, but the latter boasts that he is the favorite servant of the Dark Lord and is immortal, making him impossible to kill. However, he is shocked when he starts bleeding, and Chen burns his body to the ground. Maybe he should have invested in some fire insurance. As the policeman observes this, he wonders how such a young boy is equivalent to a grandmaster, having just destroyed a level 6 dark sorcerer. Chen explains that the most effective way to defeat those who have sold their flesh and souls is to use fire and burn them to ashes. Take that, dark sorcerers. Zorn threatens to drain Chen's blood and make him his slave, but the latter retaliates with his sword. Although the bloodsucker defends himself, he reveals that he cannot be killed except by a stab in his heart, which people of his clan don't possess. Chen corrects him and strikes him with his sword, causing Zorn to burn. He gives a protective charm to the policeman to deliver to Yang Ding Tian, but the latter reveals that he is too weak to survive. He accepts his impending death and is happy to be reunited with his deceased companions. Chen reflects on the man's trust in him because of his Dali background and decides to head back to Wujiao. Sadly, an explosion alerts Chen as he senses that his sister's and mother's protective charms have been broken. Dude can sniff out danger from miles away. Chen's sister and mother get in an accident but both escape unharmed from it. Upon examining themselves, they realize that their charms have disappeared. Wen praises her brother, Xiao Mo, for his cleverness in giving them such powerful talismans. At the hospital, where they are reporting the accident to a police officer, Chen arrives. His mother is relieved that the rumors were false. Wen recounts to Chen how they were on their way to a meeting for their new project when they got into a crash on the highway, but their charms saved them. Chen is curious about the accident and the rumors surrounding his death. Meanwhile, in the chairman's office at Wan Shi Group, the chairman is furious with his son. The car has been destroyed, but the women are still alive, and he can't understand how physics can explain this. Ain't no physics, bro. The son suspects that Chen Mo has left something to protect them, which is why they are still alive. The chairman then asks his son if he has gotten rid of the driver, and the son assures him that no one can suspect them. Just then, Chen enters the room, announcing that no one will know why they are dead too. What a power move. The chairman is disappointed to see him alive. The former asks him about the accident, but chairman denies having any knowledge about it. As Chen warns the latter, he becomes frightened and declares that they were living a civilized society and belong to the real world, while Chen is from the inner realm. No worries, dude. Master Chen doesn't discriminate. Chen warns him that he should have considered the consequences when he tried to harm his family. He then threatens the chairman that he will make him watch all 3 generations of his family die because of his ill doings. Chen activates the bloodline execution of 3 generations, causing all of the uncles, cousins, and other family members of the chairman to appear before their very eyes and burn, including his son present in the office. The chairman begins to plead for mercy, but Chen reveals that Wan's family killed his father in his past life, and his mother and sister could not bear the sorrow and died. He also reveals if King Donghua had not helped him, they might have made him jump off the balcony as well. Cold-hearted people. Chen then burns him, declaring that Wan's family blood debt is paid off now. The end. For now.